How's it going, YouTube? Welcome to the Cosmic Ray channel. I am your host, Cosmic Ray. If you're new to my channel and the things I'm saying to you, it resonates to you on a different level, please feel free to like and or subscribe to this channel. And of course, you don't miss out on any of the content, that I do provide to you. Um, if you're new, I just want to say that, my channel it's really for everyone, really. And, I do have some things that can be a little woo-woo, a little, unusually strange or strange and unusual, as sometimes I refer to myself as. This is, something for, those of you who sort of have a different realization of life, a realization of different things, that there's more than just us out there. This channel, does have things that I talk about with spirituality, with even shamanic practices, even to things about being an empath, to things about being psychic, having different awareness about the collective conscious of reality, even simulation reality. I do talk a lot about, even with like Buddhism, Buddhist type of, philosophies, if you will. And it's really for everything, and I don't have a specific belief on, like a very religion that it has to be this way, but it's more that like all the religions in itself was somewhat right. That there are different deities in this world and different gods, that do play, a part of everything in existence. I do believe in there's a vibrational outline people. I do believe in interdimensional, outer dimensional beings from different realities, different dimensions. Like I said, also too about our guides, spirit guides, angels, spirit animals, ancestral guides, if you will. I do have a very, very strong knowing, not a belief, but a knowing. I've had different things have happened to me of my spiritual awakening, and it made me, I had my kundalini rising and raising, if you will, my third eye opening. I had a re-realization of enlightenment. And for those of you who already know, that about me, this is just something for, for those of you who don't. And, so with that being said, I do have a different, understanding of life. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that like you have to believe everything I say, or that I know everything and have all the answers. Even of everything that I do know, it's kind of like what people say about like doctors and lawyers. It's always a practice. It's something that's every single day. Even though I've been, enlightened in this world, it's still something that I'm realizing, being what I call plugged back into the matrix of, reality of working back. Kind of trading my time, if you will, for, abundance in finance or abundance in income. And, it's one of those things where I start to realize in life, and I start to understand that for some reason, there's a purpose for me to do that, not just for the whole money thing, it's also for other things, it's different experiences, different types of journeys of life, or however you want to, however you view that, about everyone's, path, if you will. Mine, it's been definitely a rough one, just like everyone else's. And it's something where I start to realize, being plugged back in, I start to realize certain things, that how I have of being an empath of other people, of just being around them, absorbing and learning to not absorbing them so much of their negative ways, and trying to be more positive and lifting positive vibrations for not just myself, but for other living beings of this, you know, of this lifetime, everyone that's on Gaia, of all living beings on Gaia right now. And just to have a just different understanding, of my purpose of being here. And, it doesn't matter like what you make for income, and it's more like just how you live your life. It's just a, say if this is like back in the day, right? Say this is like Egyptian times, and the way for you to um, enjoy yourself in the afterworld, you had riches or whatnot, but it's more of like trading those for experiences, trading those of, when you pass on, instead of providing gold and showing, oh, you made so much money, it's more of like showing that, if I was, at the gates, if you will, showing what my worth is to be able to stand there confidently and say, I don't have any riches to give, but have more than that can be offered on, measured upon any weight, of caliber, on any scale, of everything that I bring to the table is more knowledge of myself, about people, about reality, other things that people, would like to pay for that you can't physically show someone, as you can tell. And this is just something of life, you know, to be able to have these experiences. Now, that doesn't mean like I'm better than anyone. That doesn't mean anything like that. It's just, I just have a different perspective, different understanding, just like many of you out there, just like all you cosmic surfers that are out, or what I like to call, you know, those cosmic surfers, my cosmic family. Everyone, anyone who is out there, you know, living this life. Doesn't matter what background you're from. As you may have seen my past videos, and if you haven't, and this is the first time, let me just go ahead and say, it doesn't matter what you are, who you are, you know, what nationality, what religion, what anything, you know, you are, you know, male, female, someone that doesn't even want to be identified as male or female, that's totally cool too. You know, anyone that's in different walks of life. You know, I'm different nationalities. I've grown up as a Buddhist, just in case some of you don't even know that. And even that in itself was not necessarily has to be like the right way of living. I've grown up, let's see, you know, I've grown up living one way, and it did help me out to this point, you know, and helped me understand just different aspect of what I was going through, you know, and it started made me have a different understanding of the spirituality of other things of this world. It got me to a certain point, a certain degree. And you know, just like with life, you know, I've had different jobs that some people would, you know, have to go to school for, that I fortunately didn't have to, you know. And right now I have a job that some may feel like, oh, well, anyone can, but I realize like when you actually do the job, it's like, no, not really, anyone can, you know. So it's something different, something with fortitude, and something that you have to have a good mental stability about yourself before you know, start going crazy on people that you just want to just like sink your teeth into. um, and anyways, I only say that because sometimes people have that thought of life. Sometimes people feel like, oh, well, you don't have a social class, or you don't not type of a particular type of class because you drive this kind of car, or you measure your success because you don't live this kind of lifestyle, or this kind of abundance, you know, if you will. And I realize, you know, with my life, that's not how it was, or how it is, or how it will be. You know, it's measured about what you can do in this world. You know, what you are able to do with confidence. Oh, this feels so great right now. Sorry. You know, it's to be able to, you know that what this world, what it brings to you, you just want to just shine. And it doesn't mean being better than anyone. It just means shine for you. Shine for your life condition, to grow, to, you know, measure yourself upon your own measurements of life. Doesn't mean you can't have goals. Doesn't mean you want to be successful to have money. That's okay too. It's, you know, I used to think about, oh, money is the root of all evil. And people who, people who talk about money are greedy people, and have this negative aspect. You know, but then when you start thinking about it, it's like you have like relative happiness and absolute happiness. You know, relative happiness is like the materialistic things that you can make you happy at times because maybe you wanted a certain thing, and you know, it's okay to work for it, and then you have money, save it up, and then, you know, it makes you realize and makes you want to be able to do other things and have a different perspective of life and understanding, you know, to, you know, like patience and other things, to, you know, you start learning about it, you know, and then you buy it, you know, and that's okay too. But, you know, when you die, or when you do other things, or someone gets stolen, you know, will you still be happy, right? You know, so, you know, you just got to think, you know, when you do pass on, you know, you take what your experiences, you know, and, you know, if someone were to steal, no one can steal those from you. You know, so I just want to say that, you know, and also as a side joke, you know, when it comes to happiness, there are certain things that can make you happy temporarily, you know, and it's like, have you seen someone on a jet ski very sad? I don't really, last time checking, seeing someone riding on a jet ski with a sad face. You know, they usually have a happy grin. So, you know, there is some little truth. And besides, too, it's not good to, you know, I realize that, you know, I always thought like, oh, money was horrible. You shouldn't think about money. This is just a thing, the concept that people just create. You know, we used to barter and do other things and trade other stuff for life and trade other things. And that's okay too, right? That's totally okay too. But also too, money is also energy. That's part of us. You know, we created that too, just like we are co-creators in this world, besides our main creator, you know, right? We created, you know, things with money and things of other things, you know, and that's also part of energy. You know, gold is part of energy. It's part of earth. You know, that is something that, you know, that's not materialistic. That's something that's from this earth that we just desired, and we created into something with purpose, you know, and that's okay too. It's just like with everything, it can create with purpose, and it's just fortunate and unfortunate that, we have this as for like a social concept, about that. If we socially agree on something, that's like the new definition now, right? Just like, hopefully there's not too many like young people, listen to this, but like the word bitch, it means female dog, right? But then, when someone tells you, hey, you bitch, like, you don't think of it as like, oh, they just called me female dog. Oh, I'm so sad face right now. Oh, that puts me down. No, in your mind, you think of like something that doesn't even mean that. You think of it as like the worst, thing that someone can call you. Like, they don't say, your mom's a female dog. And you're like, oh man, I'm sad. They call my mom a female dog. I know she's not a female dog. But it's not that, right? You feel like, oh, it's something like, oh, you said something horrible about my mom. I gotta take vengeance on you. I gotta say something bad, back to you. Right? That's like a different social, acceptance of a different word with a different meaning, right? It doesn't mean female dog anymore. It means like something just worse upon like bad words of, of a thing that we just made up. It's just like that, with money. It's just a different form of energy. So that's not saying necessarily like money is bad. You just have to be able to utilize it for yourself. And those of you who are in the getting the spirituality, that's okay. If right now you're in that moment of like, oh, money is bad, that's okay. Don't get me wrong. There was a part of me that was just like that in my path, and doesn't mean like, oh, look at me, I'm above here because I'm beyond this concept of money. Don't worry about that. Okay, that's okay for you. Whatever works for you in your journey, trust me. You want to just keep on that for right now. Just want to keep with that, because who knows, that may have you spark into other things and materialize other things and be able to understand different concepts. See, as I always keep doing this, is because it's not saying I'm number one, it's to point out the candles. As you may know, I like to do candle divination. I like to channel my higher self, bring this formless energy. Sometimes it's my spirits communicating back, and this is like a way of like kind of like understanding of like a yes kind of thing for me. Sometimes this is what I call even sometimes interdimensional beings. Yes, exactly. There are times when I'm about to say something and they're like kind of like agreeing, like a pre-agreeing before I even say it, because I know that it's okay. This is for me to say. It's like my, thumbs up of like it's all right to talk about it, kind of thing. And that doesn't necessarily mean, oh, it has to be right. This guy's using candles and yada yada yada. And those of you who already know, obviously you know how I am with candles. And for those of you who don't, if you are new to my channel, I understand everything about candles. Okay, so example, like if it's cold in the room, obviously there's a window open. Of course, that's going to cause a factor. If there's AC on, that's going to cause a factor. I do understand. There's a lot of like wax buildup, like liquid, that's going to affect the candles too. I understand. Okay, so I just want to let you guys know, like I do know that. And so, yep, see, it agrees. Also too, there's also things I do put in my video as well, like descriptions of when these candles flicker, but obviously like right now you see them obviously flickering, so I don't need to note that every time. But there are sometimes I like to specifically note, so be, understanding the detailed descriptions, in the comment, or not in the comments, but in the description area. Sometimes also part of that says like sound, to have listen with headphones like on higher volume if you're able to do that. I don't want to hurt anyone's ears, but if you're able to do that, that also helps out, too, because there's certain sounds that come about. That's a big factor as well. And there's sometimes you may notice, like if I don't even do candela, that you may see something like around here or even around here, but when the lights are on, it's usually in this area. You may see like some like weird like things that come around. Yes, see, the candles are flickering. There's some weird things. It's like my transition too, of like learning different things about myself and about different things in this universe. So there's times when I don't have the candles on, and you may see some other things happen, like flashes of light or like some different like color variations. It's not me, it's not my actual camera, or that I'm using. It's not any tricks or anything. This is just something that's actually playing with the energies. Yes, as you can see, it's flickering. It's something that plays with the energies. And just in case, I guess I didn't say this before, but I usually say this. I usually leave the lights off unless something you need to see. I feel that it's not what I look like. It's more of the message coming across. And there are videos out there on YouTube that have like just different pictures and stuff, and just have the voice, and sometimes it sounds like robotic voice. And don't get me wrong, those videos are awesome too. Okay, this is not a down play on those, because some of those helped me out, in my pathway, my journey. It's just more of, I want to let you know, I'm trying to changing it up. I just wanted to let you know I'm an actual person. I go through struggles just like you guys. I am one of you. You are one of me. We are part of this. Whole like namaste thing. I'm part of you, of this oneness. You are part of me in this oneness, and we have this understanding of this oneness of this reality. This consciousness, of life. And that's kind of like what I like to do. It's more of, it's the message that comes across more than what the visualization, I guess, of me itself. If you need to see videos of me for whatever reason, whatever that means to you, you have to see what I look like. I have videos of myself. Okay, so if you do need to see what I look like for whatever reason, more welcome to do so. So that's just something else as well. Now, I've taken 15 minutes of your time away, and I just want to say thank you very much for staying with me and understanding this, understanding myself and what this is about. This particular video, and just like most of my videos, I like to do one takes, on it. I don't like to do like a lot of different edits or anything. So usually sometimes you may see me goof up, or you may see something happen where you're like, man, I wish other things would happen, or other different edits, but I don't like to do that. If it was something I goofed up in the beginning, I'll just stop and re-record. In the sense, this is just something I don't like to script. Usually, for the most part, I don't have like a topic. But even if I do have a topic, it's still something where I don't have it like thoroughly thought out of like of a play of how it is, because I like to do things organically. As you can see, like it's just easier for me to just be more fluid than have like a structure and control of things. Now, if there's something specifically I'm guided for, then yes, there are times where I actually do have a piece of paper or something, but you guys will obviously know that. That's more defined like in when I talk about like different frequencies of binaural beats and whatnot. That's something I needed because, sorry, sometimes I have a bad memory of frequencies and stuff. There's so many different ones. So yep. So it's just one of those things. And I like to use candle divinations just to be able to show that there's another way of communicating with your higher self, different ways of communicating with spirits that passed, interdimensional beings, to people that died, or people called ghosts, and I am a what they call an urban shaman. In my past lives, I've been a shaman, not just on this planet. Okay, so just let you know how woo woo I am. Not crazy, but just more woo woo. I've, if you're like, well, how the hell do you know this? There's different knowings of life. And I've had, if you see my previous videos, there are, I've even had something where other people would just tell me when they meet me, other spiritual people, they're like, there's something about you. Like usually, yes, like usually like people where, like the see like beads, like when they wear them, right? When they wear beads, they usually wear it on your left hand, because and when it comes to meditation and yoga and stuff, you receive from the left side and go out into the give on the right side. For me, my chakras, they spin the exact opposite. So I do things differently. When I do my shamanic dancing or my dance in a circle, I do counterclockwise. It wasn't something that someone told me to do. I just naturally started doing it, and it was just something random. Then people will start telling me, people who've been in Native American cultures more specifically than I am, because I am also Native American as well as being Japanese and other little bit mixed cultures, or mixed nationalities. But those are like my main, the two main ones, if you will. So the thing is that, with that being said, I've even visited other psychics, mediums, or readers, other things that are other people who have special gifts as well, and they would just tell me, hey, I don't know if you know this, because a lot of people don't, exactly. And they would tell me like, hey, did you know this about yourself? Did you know this? And I'm like, I kind of did, but that's really good validation, because at that time I didn't know. So I know this video is a little bit different, because I know usually I have like something else to say, but I don't know, for some reason I just felt like guided that I had to kind of just bring back the forefront of what this video, or I'm sorry, what I am about, or what this channel is about. I really want to bring the positive vibrations to other people and other living beings, and to be able to have that. As you know, I don't really have like ads on my videos or anything like that, and who knows, maybe later down the road I might, but it's one of those things where I'm really trying to uplift myself, my life condition, as well as yours. And that doesn't mean that, oh, I'm a guru or anything like that. I'm not playing that at all. I'm not playing that card. But I am playing the card of someone, because I know certain things about this life that other people don't be able to tell you. You may not have friends or family members that are going through this. This is a hard road But this is what I like to say about my cosmic surfers, about us, about the fellowship of the cosmic surfers, the cosmic family. We're riding these karmic waves or cosmic waves of life, where this isn't, we are those types of people who don't take the normal path as everyone else. We're the type of people that pave our own road. We're the people that just, you see the open field and you see these pathways. We're like, no, we're going to go this way. And not just a control, but just more like we just walk that own path. And then anything else is there for anyone else to follow if they need to. That doesn't mean that we have to be leaders. We're not in control. All that means is that we are just a little bit different from others. And that is okay. This isn't something for like, oh, this is just a helpful, like, chat thing, or a helpful, channel for other things. It's for many things of life that people don't know. This is a scary thing. This isn't something that I wish I had other people, and then I'm only guided like through other things of YouTube and other stuff that I was able to get it, find like understanding just a little bit. But not a lot of people like talk about this, because some people feel like, oh, other people are going to judge them. I have held on to that almost all my life, and I'm done. I am so done with that. We need to be able to rise above, these heavy waters that keep wanting to drown us every time. We are cosmic surfers. I say that because surfers like to get up out of the water to keep riding those waves no matter how high they are. No matter when they keep crashing down, it's still fun for the journey. It's still fun to keep going in life. Don't be boggled down by other people who want to drag you down because it makes them feel better. I would curse word to some of those people, but in same retrospect to those people, I love them because it helps shine me, lets me know who I am, lets me know what we are about. It lets us know that there are people who are, unfortunately, they're still stuck in that we need to shine and rise above for ourselves. And maybe they can see that, and maybe they might want to adopt that as well. Maybe they might open up their life condition, open up their hearts and minds to a different realization of life, of love, of something of compassion, to maybe to understand, like, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't be so judgmental on people. Maybe you shouldn't hate someone because, oh, they like the same sex or they like different sex. The only thing I had judgmental things on of people is them, being a pedophile to kids, and maybe doing stuff to animals, but that's about it. Other than that, it's like you love to love, and I love you for loving, and if we can all just love, each other in a sense, maybe we can, change the hearts and minds of others. Maybe this world might be a different place. It doesn't have to be a certain way, but maybe we can be able to just change some positivity. Maybe we can just, it doesn't matter what you look like, what color skin you are, or what race or nationality, or like what religion you are, because guess what? You're all right. Everyone is all right. Whatever that means, a double entendre, being right as in correct, or being right because we're just right. You know, we just need to be to be. We just need to be us. We need to be who we are, what we're meant to be. We're divine. We're like multidimensional, infinite, immortal, spiritual beings. We're just living this temporary, like, physical manifestation of what our predecessors, of like our parents or whatnot, that gave birth to us, and our soul just poof, came down, and that's okay. You don't have to even believe that as well. If when you start hitting your spirituality, or I'm sorry, once that awakens inside you, maybe you might be able to understand that, and maybe this is just one of those seed moments that you're like, yeah, I don't really believe this guy, but then maybe something may happen to you one day, and you're like, dude, you know what? I saw this guy on YouTube and he was talking about this, but I didn't believe him. I thought he was full of blank, and now I'm starting to realize maybe he had a point, and that's okay too. That's totally fine. You don't have to necessarily believe in everything I say, but just know that, like, if you listen to this so far, it's been 23 minutes, and just right now you may have had a different understanding already. What may have already been said is something that's already been planted inside you, and that's okay. And then for me, all I'm getting out of this, is a different understanding of life and love. To be able to, I want to be able to, like, inspire others, to be able to give them a different perception of life. Maybe this is something that needs to be said. Maybe this needs to be spread around. Maybe other people don't even realize about this life, that we need this. We need this to happen. We need this to be spread. It doesn't matter if it's coming from me. It's just I don't see too many videos that's like that. And that doesn't mean anything bad. It's just I want this to be able to be known to other people. to other living beings, to know that, hey, all you interdimensional creatures out there, vibrational entities, spirit, our spirit guides, the divine oneness up above or that's around us. People look above because they think that's, ever since we were grown as little, we think that God's above, but God's around us inside. And wherever God means to you, it doesn't mean God has a penis. It doesn't mean God is just like whatever the Christian God is. It's like this universe. It's just like this creation, this creator, whatever it is that just brought upon us on this now we call Earth, with Gaia, thankfully Gaia, but it's just with everything in this universe, So I know I kind of got really off tangent, and usually kind of get into like the like divination aspects, or like my Kendall magic, love. They always say, yeah, but right now I just feel like this is something that I needed to, just bring upon the forefront. I just wanted to just sit here and just be able to reignite, the fires from underneath us, to be able to ignite those fires for the cosmic sorcerers in this world, or, in this universe, really. So to all those vibrational entities out there, to the co-creators out there, that means you, whoever's watching this, you are a co-creator. For you, those of you out there, and for those of you that are just around us, please don't stop what you're doing. Please keep shining your light inside. Keep making it bright for everyone. Do not hide it. Do not hide it. Okay? It's okay. It doesn't matter if someone sees you cry. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to be emotional everywhere you go, but it's okay. It's okay to cry and let it out. Maybe people need to see a strong individual cry. Maybe people need to see different things about you to be able to understand, like, you know what? All right, I'm starting to get it now. Maybe they need to see love and laughter. Don't hide yourself. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to express every little opinion you had because you think you're important. Don't get me wrong. I have like my own little ego as well, my spiritual ego. I had to let go of not just the ego self in general, this ego, physical manifestation, this body. It was then I adopted like a spiritual ego that I had to let go. Then I had to get to this realization of this understanding that this also not necessarily letting go, but just utilizing both egos in a sense, and to have like a balance, to not let either of them take over, of what this is. And it was like able to fully let go and forget, the other side, and then it had this real just another even epiphany of like, okay, gotta use well balance. Everything is balance. Everything. From what you eat to what you do, an overabundance of doing something, whether it's eating like a certain food or a certain thing or whatever it is, just changing it up a little bit, that may also help. And then, if you see my past videos, it might help too with other aspects of life. Normally I like to get into other things right now, but I just feel like, I've taken too much time away, but I am so grateful. I just feel like things necessarily really needed to be said. And this is somewhat kind of like a, candle magic divination, if you will, because as you can see, my higher self came down. The spirits in this universe, my spirit guides, my ancestral guides, yep, that's right. Even interdimensional beings I realize are around me as well. And some of them like to come in and try to help play a role in this. Maybe they start understanding a little bit more of me, and maybe they're understanding that I'm able to see them more. And maybe we're starting to be able to, man, I'm feeling these chills. And they're starting to, sorry, I'm like really cold right now. They're starting to understand this. And I'm hoping that they know, I don't want them to stop. I don't want you to stop. I want everyone, anything, all that's in this creation to be able to spark and be alive. To be able to know that we know that they exist. Sorry. That they exist, as well as we know that, they exist, and that they know that it's like that they know that I know that I know that we know that they know. Anyways, you guys are all beautiful. Every one of you cosmic surfers out there of this light and love and this collective conscious reality of light. And I just want to say, stay beautiful. Stay beautiful. Keep shining inside. Let that inner light, inner being of light and love just shine. Just let it bright, let it burn so bright. Let it make it be so bright that it hurts other people's eyes. And I love you all. Thank you so much, Cosmic Surfers. Without you, I feel that this universe wouldn't be as it would be. As you can tell, with that flicker, that lets me know that that is true. So I like to share my truths with you as you are with me, and with the oneness in this collective world, in this universe. Namaste, my friends. Peace, good night, as well as sweet dreams, because you all can utilize that and bring those dreams into this reality. You guys are powerful manifestors, co-creators in this universe. Please co-create. Thank you. Oyasumi nasai. Rest well, my friends. Peace and always safe journey, and ride those karmic waves of life. Keep going. You got this.